Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left. Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
What I want is to get you off your emo wagon. That's what I want to do. We need some help out here.
All right. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are? A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Funny, you didn't sound like a dwarf through the door. Can't say I expected that. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted? My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone! I'm an old man. Everyone knows we aren't making it through the night. Or are you going to save us? Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night. It would be better than going to my grave wondering. Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
We will do our best. Please believe us, friend.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
Oh, give it a rest, Morgan.
And I
Seriously.
suppose there's no point in me sitting around, is there? Time to relight the forge and get the smithy going, eh? Murdoch will be pleased. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Damn, Morgan, words are free, okay? In for a dime, in for a dollar. We're already helping out here. There's no reason not to give the guy some hope, especially when he can help the people here. I don't know.
I don't think there's anything you'll need in there. But it's hard to say. I was in a bit of a rush when I filled it up. Not if I'm going to repair the equipment they have. That stuff is old, anyhow. Yeah. Let me open it for you. I have the key.
Yeah, apparently any good deed is enough to get Morgan's panties in a wad. Seriously. Just the thought of doing something nice. Yeah. She probably needs to get over that. I understand we're on a mission, but this is actually part of it. Keeping these people alive, having them as allies. Some backup against not just the Darkspawn, but Loghain too, who's doing his best to destroy all of Ferelden before the Darkspawn even get a chance to. Make sure they have no defense. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, Morgan, she needs to get off that. So let me move everything to the junk bin.
I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however. You mean, why are these creatures attacking the village? Obviously, something wicked corrupts the castle. My daughter used to tell me the Alessa was up to something, hiding things from her husband. I told Velena she was imagining things. But maybe the Arlessa was involved in something. Blood magic, maybe. She thought the Arlessa was having an affair with some tutor she hired for the boy, Connor. I never listened much to her talk about it, though I wish now I had. It doesn't matter anyway. She's lost to me, and I can't do anything about her warnings now. Only that she's an Orlesian girl from beyond the Western Mountains. Far too young for our Arl. That's what I say. And too proud and headstrong from the sounds of it. I'd never make such accusations, but maybe, if she was using foul magic, then maybe she just did at that. Of course not. And who would I tell? And what good would it do now, eh? I just wish I'd paid more heed to my girl. Like what? Right. I haven't got much, obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
Alright, not a bad guy, actually. Grief is a lot easier to understand if you're able to empathize. If you can't empathize, then you're not going to be able to sympathize either. Right, he doesn't have much here. I believe he does have one piece of armor, though, for one of the heavy sets. It's like, I don't know, maybe a massive piece of dwarven plate mail or something. I don't remember, but there's one piece of armor in particular that you can only get from him, if I remember right. Now, of course, a key to that is saving Lothering, which is what we're doing right now. I mean, not Lothering, but Redcliffe. It's definitely comes first. Keep everybody alive so that we can deal with these guys in the future. I believe we will get a Blackstone Irregular and a Mages Collective representative here also, after all this is said and done. And speaking of Blackstone Irregulars, this guy right here, somebody we have to deliver a notice to.
Yes, what can I do for you? I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my wife. Don't sign that paper, she said. They might pay you a few sovereigns now, but they'll be back. Blast. I'll see you on the front lines, I suppose.
I suppose. Now, had we not spoken to the Blackstone guy in the Lothering Tavern, then this wouldn't have been active yet.
That wasn't so bad.
But if you missed that, for some reason, I believe, like I say, the Blackstone guy that eventually pops up here, I'm pretty sure he does. I remember him doing it. Anyway, then you can activate it then, and then that guy should still be in that house later on. But,
To tell me, was the Tower of Magi...
get him out of the way now.
Abominations running rampant. Templars ready to slaughter every mage in sight. Yes, it rather met all my expectations.
You don't think you might have been better off getting your training there, instead of whatever your mother taught you?
You're right. My mother...
No word from the castle? No, all is still.
If we had our dog with us, he could give us an advantage here in this area. Piss on the tree. Right on.
Make her watch over us all in this, what may be our final hours.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit I am unfamiliar with addressing a dwarf of your station. I do not wish to be rude. As you wish, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost. No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly? Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime? Ask me whatever you wish. I'm not sure. Murdoch mentioned a blacksmith in the village, but I believe the militia is using everything he had. Beyond that, you might try the village store. It's locked up, but there may be items of use still within. I do not know. Ah, a fellow named Lloyd runs it. He refuses to close and evacuate to the Chantry. I suppose he might still have something to sell you, though I wouldn't encourage dealing with a fool. He's a profiteer and nothing more. When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here. We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. We brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish. The Owl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told. Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks. Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things. The thought chills my blood. As you wish. Ask me whatever you wish. As you wish. We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered. No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are. As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
Now notice that if you've missed the general store, which is where we found the oil that we told him about, and you haven't talked to Murdoch, then he essentially hints that you might want to go do so. Of course, then you could return with news of the oil stores that you found, and so on and so forth. Of course, talking to Murdoch, that's how we found out about the blacksmith and all that, and their problems. Anyway, getting things kind of straightened out as we go. We'll deal with this holy protection stuff. Whether I take it seriously or not is irrelevant. Morale is a powerful thing.
You are of dwarven blood and a stranger amongst us, yet you defend a home that is not your own. We are grateful for that.
Well, that's how we roll, you know.
Not many in these modern days would honestly say the same. You are a woman of worth, and the Maker will smile upon you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
Surely this cannot be the entire village. These few are all who are left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task? I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give. Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
No doubt.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
Lie, really? Well, that kind of shows where you stand then.
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
So it's superstition or nothing, huh? How about hand them the talismans and let them know that that's just a symbol of the protection. It's not necessarily that it's magic in and of itself, but that it's a symbol of the protection. That's, you know, I mean, apparently those soldiers have more faith than you do, lady. And you're the revered mother or whatever you call yourself. Nice title for something that has little meaning, apparently. At least to yourself. Okay, well, I won't get into all that, but
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal. Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything? If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice. I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
right?
As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
Alright, so we can start whenever we're ready, but what I want to do is go do this unlimited gold thing, or at least show you guys where it's at. It has to do with the crystals. If you have the, I think it's called the Golems of Amarak DLC. Alright, you want to subscribe? Hit that button over my head for all my videos. Click the box on the left, and I will catch you guys in the next one. You take care. Thanks for watching.